Alright, let us continue. Headset is still broken. Very annoying. Can't handle it. Okay. So we've got, so Iris is alive, at least for now. Needs to be turned up. Boss can't decide which way to cross her legs. So, she's staring holes into me, as always. So that's great, and we've got different places to go. I think I want to go see Hitomi first. So we're gonna go to the Sagan residence. It is Monday. Yeah, I say this every time. I can't get over just how is everything gonna come together. You know, we did the first route. Now we ended up going back to the beginning of the game. Now we're on this route, and things started off being very similar, but now they're diverging into much different paths. How's it all gonna come together? Like, you don't just like choose one path, right? Is it like gonna be an amalgamation of everything? And maybe I'm overthinking it. I hope it's not a disappointing ending. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Sagan residence.
I apologize for yesterday. I arrived uninvited.
No, I'm grateful. Thanks to you, Mizuki has her voice back.
Yeah. See, she never lost it before. Well, it's kind of confusing.
No, I didn't do anything.
Actually, all characters stare at you. It's not just boss. Elementary workbooks, but looking closely, one in the middle is different. How to handle a monster parent. Really? That's weird. How to handle a monster parent? I don't think Hitomi is that bad, right? It doesn't come off that way. Steam is rising from the tea. Hitomi is touching her right shoulder with her left hand. I was looking at the character profiles. She was 19 when she had Iris. That's pretty damn young. You can see the trees and the sky outside. It's nice. It's a visual novel. Which doesn't mean anything except that, you know, you're not like in the dreams. You get to roam around a little bit, but I mean, I don't really play visual novels. I don't know. I'm just mumbling at this point. It's a good looking game. There are pineapples growing in the corner. That's what I thought. I mean, but then I realized it was just a plant. Yeah, what are you talking about pineapples? Speaker system. You ain't got nothing interesting to say about that, Dante, about the speakers? The size of the speakers? Didn't he already do that once? In this route?
I've been wondering about that picture.
Iris drew it when she was 12.
Who is that? Is that eight? Is that number 89 on the right?
That's you on the left and Iris in the middle, correct?
Yes,
And who's on the right?
the man I was dating at the time. It was only for 3 months, but I met him about 6 years ago.
6 years ago, huh? That's not just a
Have you been
coincidence.
to the Ikume Shrine in the Minato district? I was praying there one day, and I heard a voice. Well, more like a groan. Behind the shrine, I saw a man sitting on the ground. He was bleeding badly from his stomach. I took out my phone to call an ambulance, but he grabbed my wrist, and he held me, and then he kissed me.
That's assault.
I was shocked, but when I stared into his eyes,
I wouldn't be smiling.
then I heard footsteps. And then a bunch of men yelling.
We already heard about this. It's been a while since I played that part of this game, but I remember 89 saying something about this.
They were looking for him.
Yeah, the gangsters.
When the voices and footsteps faded, he let me go. Don't call an ambulance, and don't call the cops. I knew he had to be a criminal, so I took him to an underground clinic I knew.
You took him to a mob doctor?
Renju's friend. I only met him once.
Okay.
Even though we had our first kiss seconds after meeting each other, it took a long time before I got to see him again. The first time we held hands was when we watched a horror movie together.
Well, how romantic.
The first time I took his arm was when we went to a haunted house in an amusement park. But I wasn't the one who grabbed him. A zombie jumped out and scared us, and he clung onto my arm. He had that cute side to him, and I was falling in love.
Hey,
Our second kiss was in the car. It's cliché, I know, but we drove around at night, looking at all the lights. We parked our car near a warehouse and kissed. I don't think we ever said I love you, but we both knew. We were getting closer and closer. I introduced him to Iris about a month after I first met him.
aw, Iris was cute.
Iris never had a father figure in her life before.
Everybody loves Iris.
She warmed up to him immediately and treated him like a real dad.
Yeah, she treated him well. What did he do?
From then on, it was always the three of us together. We would go to the beach, to the river, the zoo, the amusement park.
Did she really have pink hair even back then, though? She didn't just dye it recently.
Going to barbecues with another person was a new experience for me and Iris. Everything felt so fresh. Every day was
I'm
so
pretty excited to have a guy in your life.
exciting.
I have a father for her, but yeah.
Oh, sorry. You asked about the picture. He wanted to make okonomiyaki one day. He was working with the hot plate.
Okinomiyaki. Okinomiyaki. Okinomiyaki.
It was ridiculous. He was trying to flip one, and it flew up in the air and landed right on my head.
Ugh.
Iris saw the whole thing and laughed and laughed.
Well, you wouldn't be laughing if he was in that other route right now. Sorry to be dark, but
I hadn't seen her laugh like that in a long time. I was having so much fun that I put an okonomiyaki on their heads, too. Plop, plop. I added the bonito flakes and mayo and sauce.
I'm not even sure if I need to lose.
At this point, there was no going back. Eggs flew, flour going everywhere. The room was not a pretty sight. After our battle, we laughed like crazy. We were rolling around on the floor. So Iris decided to draw it.
Oh, that explains why the room's like that. And they got that stuff on
It's
their heads.
nostalgic.
Well, that's nice.
But those days didn't last. 6 years ago, in November.
It's him.
Fortunately, Iris wasn't home at the time.
We know this already. See, that's the annoying thing is that like Date doesn't know this, and like isn't aware of this, of the route that we played before, so he has no knowledge. But we as the player do.
But my boyfriend was.
If I got it right.
That's why the gunman came. He wanted to kill him.
Oh, so 89 was. That's right. 89 was there, and then the gunman was Rohan, right?
He wanted to kill him, and he would never stop. He pulled the trigger. I tried to protect him. The bullet hit me, but the police arrived. They were both arrested and incarcerated.
He was hired to, I think, kill you and Iris, but he could never go through with that or something.
Why was he after your boyfriend?
Before he met me, he committed some terrible crime. I don't know the details, but it was awful. So he became a target for underworld criminals. I don't know exactly why, but I know that he betrayed them in some way.
Fucking headset, man. I can't take this damn thing anymore. It doesn't want to stay. Oh, it's so annoying.
May I ask you something?
Of course.
I had heard that that incident was a random break-in gone wrong.
Oh. That's not true. I lied about it at the time, because of Mizuki. Mizuki is Iris's friend. If she found out, Iris would find out too.
Look at Mizuki. What does it say? 25 kilograms? That's not kilograms. What am I thinking? Kilograms. It's gotta be. What is that?
I didn't want Iris
It
to
says
know.
kg, that's why I thought kilograms, but it's not kilograms.
Know what?
That I was dating a criminal. He was her father figure. Iris looked up to him. If she found out about his past...
Yeah, you're right. 12. At this point, Iris. But it's definitely a bookshelf. Like a ski resort with no skis. Or skiers. Good analogy. A clock. A calendar and a strange object on the shelf. Well, thank you for telling me what a fridge is. I appreciate that. Well, let's talk to her.
Today's a holiday.
Oh, okay.
I suppose there's never a day off for a detective. Oh, but you aren't a detective, right?
Technically, yes. But I still deal with crime.
I see. Today is a holiday.
You forgot too, didn't you?
Damn it, Ivy, you're supposed to tell me. You have a calendar.
I've put Iris through so much. I was 19 and single when she was born. People didn't take kindly to that. But Iris was such a fighter. She always protected me. I remember, one time at the nursery, some of the other mothers were talking about me.
Yeah, that's what they do. Look at her. She's 19 and single. How's she ever gonna take care of her kid?
Iris ran up to them and said, "Don't talk about my mommy." I'm supposed to be the mother, but it's Iris who's always protecting me. They died when I was 17. I was an orphan, and my relatives lived far away. It might have taken me in, but I was already in my second to last year of high school.
Well, you're pretty strong, you told me. Don't sell yourself short.
It wasn't a good idea for me to move that late. So I decided to stay here, by myself.
And take care of Iris.
Yes. All alone. But Renju would help sometimes.
I would like to hope. Oh wait, no. Renju is Mizuki's dad. That's right. Never mind. Or it is Renju,
Did
by
something
the way.
happen to him? You asked me that yesterday.
No point in hiding it. I told her about Renju's
Right
parents.
from the hospital? I'm sorry. I have no idea. It was always just me and her. Vacations, barbecues, zoos, amusement parks. Just me and her.
That's why it was so difficult, I'm sure.
Oh, that reminds me. When Iris was 5, there was a children's theater show in Bloom Park. It was called Milky Moon. It was about girls as magical space rangers and such.
Milky Moon.
She loved singing and dancing, even as a kid. Whenever she heard music, her body would start moving. It was a quirk of hers. Toward the end, when all the Milky Moon girls were dancing to the ending song, Iris climbed up onto the stage and danced with them. I tried to stop her, of course. I grabbed her arm and tried to get her to sit, but before I knew it, she was up there, dancing. And everyone was so excited. Even I was dancing by the end of it. When it was over, she had the biggest smile on her face. Mama, you're a good dancer. That's the kind of girl she was.
We're acting as if she's dead, the way she said it. That's where she was. She's still alive. I don't know for how long.
Whenever she sees someone playing music on the street, she'll run up and join them, right then and there. Music at the train station, the crosswalk beeping. Even at convenience stores, when their little chime played, she would start dancing. It almost got her into trouble once. She was on the jungle gym and a truck drove by. It was playing loud music out the windows. She climbed up to the top and started dancing. But she lost her balance and fell. She fractured her leg pretty badly. It was on a Sunday, and it was hard to find an open emergency care. I was carrying her on my back, running and running through town. I could still hear her crying. Will I still be able to dance, Mommy? Can I still dance? She cried and cried into my shoulder. It was the only time she ever cried so much. No, that's not true. There was one other time.
Really? Social?
6 years ago, I was the victim of a shooting.
Oh, yeah, we know.
After the surgery, Iris came in running, and she was sobbing.
Mommy, don't die! Don't die! Please don't die, Mommy! Don't die!
I swore to myself then that I would protect her, no matter what. Iris is everything to me.
Well, again, that's why it's so freaking. It was already sad, and then in the other route, as you guys remember, if you remember, we had to comfort Hitomi as she cried into us and told us to find the killer and all that. It's like fucked up.
More important than my own life.
Date, we can't spend time reminiscing. We have to get moving.
Yeah, let's go.
I guess we're not even gonna say goodbye. Let's go to go and escape. Talk to Iris. Here. I don't think it matters which way place you go. You're pretty sure. So, I mean, I think the story only branches at the Somnium, so it shouldn't matter.
So Sejima is a key person of interest in this case. Earlier, the boss cited 3 points of suspicion against him, and I agree with her assessment. I checked the call logs of So's phones. Congressman Sejima has one phone under his name, and a burner phone rented under a fake name.
Did you find anything interesting?
Unfortunately, no.
Really?
But I do have something. I looked into So's secretary's phone. One call in particular stood out to me.
Huh?
It was 1 week ago. From Fuchu Prison. The caller identified themselves as inmate number 89.
Number 89?
Yes. This is most likely the same person who called HQ.
I know who killed Shogunadami.
Useless ass. Look, Sony.
When you crash, the first thing you hit is the dash.
Interesting.
Please stop.
This box is where you keep your doves.
It's not a dove box.
Kinda.
Murder. He is serving a life sentence for multiple counts. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
We already know this.
Unknown.
You don't know?
He is not registered in any databases. He could be a foreigner or recent immigrant, but it would be impossible to determine from where. However, I did not detect any accent in his speech. I believe we can conclude that he grew up in Japan. From what I can determine, he is an assassin. He accepts jobs from is Falco.
Falco?
Correct.
Well, there you go.
Unknown. You would have to ask Mr. Sajima for that information.
Number 89 said he knew who killed Shoko.
He did. But that may be a lie.
Does he have any connections to the Cyclops serial killings?
Unknown. In all honesty, I have no idea.
Number 89.
Should we visit Fuchu Prison?
No, we don't have time. Call up boss. Tell her to request that number 89 be brought to Abyss.
Roger.
So weird, and we already know about this though, about 89. Up to this point.
I heard there was no body found at the cold storage warehouse.
Oh, I never looked at this flow chart. That's what I want to do. What? Leaves open. There's not another route over here. Ongoing? Why is Iris like that? Is she gonna die again? What is that? What place is that? She's getting carried away by somebody. That's great. She's gonna die again. How many times can she die? It's just this kind of spoiling it, isn't it? But yeah, there's no other.
Isn't your investigation over?
Iva, look! A merman!
So is a wealthy politician. It is no surprise to me that he has a merman. Wait, a merman? Speaking of gardens, what kind do you prefer?
I like a well-manicured lawn. But some bushes aren't bad either. I mean, what?
Yeah. Actually, now that I look closer, it's just a bush. Spherical bush. Not a mochi.
Oh, hey everybody! I'm a merman.
How strange could it be? So it's feeding the Kai, the koi. Is he?
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know that girl. I've never seen her before.
Date.
I knew he was lying. This proves it.
I am having difficulty determining his motive for lying. After all, Iris was not killed.
Maybe he's got a secret with her he doesn't want us knowing. What are you hiding so?
I told you I will not answer that question.
And why not? We didn't find anything there. There's nothing to hide.
It appears that he will not respond.
Bastard.
You are beginning to irritate me.
What did you want to talk to her about?
You are beginning to irritate me.
What is the private matter you mentioned? What is your relationship with her?
I'll answer your questions when you present a warrant. Number 89? Who is that?
An inmate at Fuchu prison. He used to go by Falco. He was an assassin.
Odd, finding such a person in Japan. What about him?
About a week ago, he called your secretary.
I don't know anything about that. He was probably calling for a pardon or some such nonsense. My secretary probably decided it wasn't worth my attention.
You're a politician, you're automatically guilty.
If you need information, you can ask her. I can't help you. Haven't you people got enough? I'm very busy. Excuse me. Oh, actually, I do have one more thing to tell you.
Buzz off.
To be honest, Kaname Date, I don't like you. I don't ever want to see you again. So I suggest that you don't show your face here anymore. It's what's best for both of us, understand?
I kind of like, so walked away sternly.
Who does this guy think he is?
Date, your blood pressure is skyrocketing.
Damn right it is.
Any higher could kill you. Relax, Date. We still have much to do.
I know.
I'm gonna end it right there. I may end up playing a little bit more. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna end it right here. So I'll see you in the next one.